ladies and gentlemen, this is Frogman, and welcome back to Serious Engineering. Last episode, we were playing around with golems, and I was having a hell of a time trying to get them working, and I've since spent a good couple hours this morning trying to get them to work correctly, and we're going to take a look at that in just a second, but I probably should have had the record button on. But we have finally managed to make a certain thing happen, which is I finally had enough flux in a chunk that I had a taint rift or a flux rift happen right here, and it died. It wasn't very big, but in the process of that, it also started spreading all kinds of nasty, yummy taint all over the top of my building, and there was one of them little wiggly thingies over here, so I got it killed, and we got a couple of Vintium V crystals for it. So usually what that means is when that happens, the chapter opens up in the book that we get to read. So before we read that book, we're going to go downstairs very quickly and check out what I have done to make this mess work. And I'm going to say work kinda, work in parentheses, something like that. There's a couple of caveats to the way the golems work versus other forms of logistics, so we need to kind of speak on those, and then we're going to explore this little new dark chapter in the book. So, the idea that I wanted was that I wanted a place where I could just drop off some kind of ore material, and it would get processed and then brought back to either a central location or left in a chest or run through a furnace, which we haven't gotten to that point because of the fact that I'm still kind of fiddling around with a few other things. I wanted a couple of things to happen, mainly this little problem here first before we've got any further, because the Essentia smelter, no matter how good you're going to get with a Thaumium one, they're always going to be a little dirty. They're always going to put off a little flux into the world, and it was getting pretty thick, and it's actually coming back up slightly too, so I'm going to probably have to pay attention to it for a minute, so we're going to have to be a little careful. But anyhow, let me grab my sleeping bag real quick, and we can talk about the problem that I've been having with the golems. And the golems, the biggest problem that I'm finding with the golems is, for one, the last time I played Thaumcraft, like I said, was back in 1.7.10, so that's what, Thaumcraft 5 or something like that, and they changed the way the, where are they, the seals, do I have any seals on me? They changed the way the control system works. It used to be that you put the seals and whatnot into the golem and then told the golem where to work. Now you take the seals, you place the seal on a inventory or a machine or whatever, and the golems automatically know what to do, which in of itself is okay to a point where that works. Getting them assigned to a specific area is a royal pain in the tail. So, if you notice, we have 3 of them hanging out right here doing their various things. These things you can automate completely, totally with the golems. But we have to do it in a specific fashion because the creator of the Adpother mod here, or Pollution of the Realms mod with these filters, use the furnace model as far as access to the system. So that means anything coming out of this hole right here, where the carbon or the sulfur will go, has to be accessed from the bottom of the filter. So as we can see, I have placed a little bitty filter, I should say an empty seal on the bottom of this with a filter specifically for the carbon, and that's it. That's just so that they can access it. I've tried it on every single side. That is the only side that they'll access it from. So, just so you are aware of that. Let's put my dirt block back, and not that, the chimney. Put the chimney back. Piece of dirt. Where's my dirt? Dirt. Thank you. And a piece of stuff. So that allows this guy right here and this guy right here. So we're gonna kind of mess around with this a little bit. But like we had working before, we had a system where they're able to put in various things. So on these stocking, where are we? Where is it? It's the store. These are store right here. I'm using the single stores because I don't need to store more than one item in these. So basically I've whitelisted this so that he can only put in leaves into this one and only put white wool into this one. Now, there is a problem, and herein lies the problem, is the fact that, as you can see, he's holding that leaf block. He's waiting for something to happen. So as soon as something clears out of here, like as soon as these acacia leaves finally wear out and get used up, he will put those spruce leaves in here. And then he'll come back over here and he'll pick up another spruce leaf stack and sit there and wait forever. So these filters, the white wolf filters, unless something changes, he's never going to replenish them unless he runs out of leaves. So the same problem goes too, as well as he comes over here and replenishes these leaves, he comes back over here and fills his inventory back up. He'll always have however much of whatever he's carrying in here, and there's no way that I can tell to limit how much a golem carries. So I can't just tell him to only carry one. As far as I know, I've dug through the books, I played around with things for a little while. I know I'm being fairly specific as to what I want them to do, but as far as I can tell, unless there's some other thing I haven't unlocked yet, they can only, like I said, unless one of, like, say, maybe the wood one can be doing a little bit more than how much it can carry, and we may look at it in a minute or so ago. I wanted the brass ones because the brass ones are fairly quick. They walk around at a reasonably decent pace, plus they're kind of smart. They're a little bit smarter than some of the other ones are. So, yeah, there's the problem right there, whereas it takes technically 2 golems to manage these filters. Actually, it takes 3 because I have to have one removing the leftover parts out of the filter in order to do it. So, pipes, that's, same thing with pipes, is you're going to need at least 2 filters of some semblance to be able to take this off of an inventory that is then taking care of things. So for right now, we're just going to kind of babysit this. It's going to require a little bit of work to keep things going. So the other problem that I have seen over here is with this little guy who is managing our metallum production. So he just took a block over here again. As you can see, I have it set to 1 block of iron. So I've got it set up so that he only puts 1 block of iron in here for the most part, just for fun. So that filter, of course, filtering system is right there. And I've been trying it. Can I see it? I think I can see it, maybe. I don't want to take this thing off. I think there's still one there, right? Yeah, so there's a seal down here. There's one of those down here that is supposed to be managing the coal introduction, but the problem that I'm having with the coal introduction, for whatever reason, is, again, I tried it on the face, I tried it on the bottom, I tried it all over the place, and it just doesn't want to work. No matter what I try to do with it, it doesn't want to work. They keep trying to put the coal in here, which is not where I want it. So I even went and put the iron seal, the seal that is right here, on top of the smeltery, and they wouldn't even input the iron at that point. So directionality as far as these seals is concerned is a royal pain, at least in getting these guys to figure out what they're supposed to do. So they're not nearly as functional as I would like them to be. So the last gentleman here, the last little guy that we have, is an advanced golem. As you can see, he has a little glass top on his head. And I needed him, or at least I needed the more intelligent golem, to be able to deal with the fact that we have multiple things that we're going to be pulling out of this chest and put into our thaumatorium. So if I look in here right now, I have these various ores. These are the ones that we currently have available to ore double in this thaumatorium, so that we're setting this up. So that way he can understand that he's got to be able to haul anything out of here and put it in here. And the reason why I did that is because this, again, that's 9 things I can put in this. So another side note on the golems is, you look, they've all got these little kilts or flags or something like that underneath of them. That one's blue, this one's orange, and this one is white. And the reason why I'm doing that is I'm setting these guys to specific jobs. In the seals, which is something I'm glad I found, I have the ability to set it to a specific golem to do the job. So what they're going to do is, this guy is taking care specifically of this box and that process over there. This one is taking care of this box and that thaumatorium over there, but as we notice, he's also empty at this point. This one is taking care of this chest and these filters right here, because that's the place he can put things. Because this one is going to occasionally be empty-handed, he can come over to these ones, which do not have a, it's the one on the bottom down there, but basically we can kind of play with this. The ones on the bottom say all golems, which means when something shows up in here, he can come over here, grab the, what is it, coal powder or whatever this stuff is. Where's it at? No, I want this right there. He can grab the coal dust and the sulfur dust out of these filters and put them in this chest for my later on future needs. So it's been a little bit of rough work trying to get it to work. It's not working the way I want it to because of that little problem right there where they do not put it back in the chest. And I know that used to be a function. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's not. I've tried the stocking providers, the stocks. I've tried everything I can think of to get this to work. And I cannot get it to work the way that I want it using golems. Now, like I said, if anybody in the comments knows how or better than I do, please by all means speak up, because they have changed from the way I remember them from working. So in between episodes, there's a couple other things. We'll talk about this other guy here in a little bit. And a couple other things I did change. As you notice, the recipe is cycling on the thaumatorium between the various ores that we have, and that is because I have the mnemonic matrices put on it. Now, again, let's see if I can spell it right. Let's do it the easy way. Matrix. A mnemonic matrix is crafted fairly simply with a clockwork mine, which we've already made, so that's just a simple arcane mechanism and a comparator. And what those do, if we grab the book and remind ourselves click over. Normally a thaumatorium can only have one active formula, but by attaching a mnemonic matrix to its side, I can increase the number of formulas it can keep track of. Each matrix increases the number of formulas by 2. So we have that much on there, so we have 6 additional recipes that this thing can remember. So now we have all of these selected, and how you set these is you put the ore cluster or whatever you want in here, and then you select the recipe and it stays. So the next time a ore cluster or whatever you're doing is introduced into the thaumatorium, it will know that it needs to work that. So we're just doing this process. Speaking of this little guy, he is quite a pain in the butt to get to work. So let me see, golems. He required a biothomic mind in order to make it work because he needs to be a little bit smarter. Biothomic minds require a complex arcane mechanism, which is a lot of good stuff. And it requires an infusion of cognito and machina with a zombie brain and a bunch of other things. So I did one of those, knocked it out real quick. He's not too hard to build. I don't want to hit him. I need to quit swinging my arms around. But they do work. So let's go grab a little bit of stuff, and I can show you guys what's going on. And then hopefully in between episodes, I will be able to finish the rest of it. So I'm going to grab a few of those. I still cannot do aluminum or nickel yet because of the somehow it is locked behind a research that I need to go find and unlock. But if we just grab a random amount of junk now, and well, we can go over here. We should be okay for the minute. And I come over here. I stuff this in that. He grabs one. He runs it over and puts it in the thaumatorium. The thaumatorium does its job as soon as this inventory clears out, which it's pretty reasonable if you think about the speed at which it does it. Then he puts some more in. Another guy runs the little bitty block of block of iron over to this Essentia smeltery that is then slowly cooked down into other things. And that's what we're doing. So the next step is going to be I'm going to have this golem, and I've been running a little bit because I've been testing it. I'm going to have that golem because his hands are empty most of the time. He's going to be the one that is going to deliver those ore clusters to the furnace. So let's go ahead and sleep before we get overrun by mobs and talk about the next step. I was kind of concerned about that Undertaker for just a minute. So anyhow, he's going to sit there and do all that work. He's now done with his job. I'm going to go ahead and grab all this stuff and just toss it in this furnace over here for right now, because we need to move the other one back up here. And again, I'm going to have to build a sorting system that is going to be a little bit simpler and easier to use. But I think the only way to actually get around their limitation at this point, and it's not exactly what I want to do, but I may have to switch over to a different type of golem type thing which may end up being pneumatic-craft drones, because pneumatic-craft drones can access sighted things and have filters for amounts, and the drones will only carry whatever they need, and when they have extra, they can put it back in a chest. So we may end up upgrading this idea to pneumatic craft drones, even though I already went ahead and made a whole bunch of golems. So we may give these guys another job or have them do something else. So, all right, like I said, right when we were starting the episode, we unlocked Flux and Taint. So Taint seeds, Taint knots, so we can basically, yay, I don't need to worry about that. Flux current stages, I have been monitoring, finally let the Flux build up. I've been monitoring strange buildup of magical energy in the aura. It seems to be a form of dirty V that I have not named Flux. It shows up as ominous dark bar on my thermometer. And I now know what it is. Pure Ascension seems to be, basically this is what's bad, is it tends to make things pretty nasty if we're not careful. So let's hit complete. Now, what else do we get? Addendum 1. Do not let the flux build up. It is bad. Very, very bad. It builds high enough. If it builds high enough, it seems to cause a tear in the very fabric of magic itself. The flux escapes through this tear, but usually with raw chaotic energy spills through our world, causing all manner of calamity. Yes, we all know this major fun time. Now, I'm hoping here shortly, one of these minutes, we're going to get the next thing open up that I should be able to do, and I don't even remember where it's at this point. I haven't unlocked half the things, but I'm hoping that gets me some added things that I can play with. What did that give me here? V generator, we know. Can it? No. What I'm waiting on is this stuff right here to unlock, and I have no idea where it's unlocking at. So once that one unlocks, then I'll be able to do the other two purifications for those kinds of things. So we're probably still going to have to work on getting a little bit more flux growing in the world so that we can actually get the flux scrubbers unlocked. So let's dig through some of our stuff. Taint seeds are normal. Warp's normal. Need to read a little bit again. Because this system is going to be how we're going to be doing ores for a while. And I have a lot of ore I need to get caught up on. So, everybody okay? You guys... The other thing that's cool about these guys is they can level up. The more they do, the more they level themselves, so they get faster and smarter. So, I was kind of hoping that would unlock a little bit of stuff. I may have to grow some taint. Can I make taint seeds? I haven't done bottled taint yet. Let's do that. Which is yum. And a liquid death. I probably actually should put this in the mob farm. But that should have got us a little bit of warp. Maybe. I think we're getting close to that point. No, come on. I don't know if I have enough stuff. I'm going to have to go make some nasty things. That's great. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, with all that being said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cut here and do a couple of more little things and get kind of caught up on a couple of other projects that I've got going on, but I just wanted to show you guys this little thing. So, we'll be back in a little bit. Alrighty, so we're back. I did a little bit of reading and discussion on some things and digging around, at least on the old Discord over there, and I believe my issue is going to be that in order to be able to make the flux cleanup to, I believe it's flux condenser or something like that, we have to be able to unlock crystal farming, which is going to be some of this stuff right here, which I currently have locked due to the fact that I can't scan a crystal cluster. So I don't even think there's a way to actually craft it outside of the probably cheating one of those in, so I'm going to leave it alone for right now. There was a mention of possibly being able to rescan a crystal that we already have, and that's not unlocking it either. So like I said, I think it's one of the initial things that you do when you first play Thaumcraft normally without having some kind of change like the ores that we have as far as like these ores over here, excuse me, these little clusters that I have right here, where I don't think there's nothing I can learn out of anything out of here. I guess I can learn some of these, but yeah, it's that kind of stuff here. I thought I scanned that box. Thank you. Get all the good stuff out of it. But yeah, I can't do anything with that for right now, so we're going to have to be very careful. And as we get nasty, more rifts open up or whatever, hopefully it doesn't destroy everything, and that's fine with me if it does, but for right now, I'm not going to worry about it. What I do want to do, I guess, with the remainder of the time is I want to look a little bit more into item transportation, which is going to involve a little bit of mirror magic. Now, we did unlock the magic mirrors a while back, and I have yet to build one, mainly because it's kind of one of those I wanted to share you guys with this, how we do this kind of a thing. So let's start playing with that. Let's grab, well, that's enough gold for the moment, and I do have plenty of ender pearls. Just go ahead and do that. That'll be fine. And I need my glass, which did I put it away or is it upstairs? Glass. I always type in the wrong thing. Those should be upstairs. Okay. And everything else I think we need is upstairs, aside from maybe some wood. I think. So let's go play with these a little bit. We're going to get something set up so we can actually kind of be able to transport things back and forth between various places while we are, out in the world or doing whatever. Plus, like I said, we can use this for long-range transportation of various things. So first thing I need to do is make a mirror. Mirrored glass, I should say. And I should need one piece. So we're going to need 2 of these. So where is my stuff? 2 will be fine. Thank you. 1, 2. And I just wasted a bunch of stuff over there, but whatever. All right, so in order to get the mirror, we're going to need ender pearls, 3 pieces of gold, 25 modus, 25 tenebrae, and permutatio. So let's go ahead and set that up as an infusion. So this is a simple 4 one, so we'll just do this like, we'll do it like this, whatever. There, and an ender pearl. And do I have enough of the stuff to do this? We have 34 of that. What else did we need? Modus and the darkness. The darkness I don't think I have any of, so we need to go grab a little bit of that and another jar. And I can't make another jar. So let's go grab some darkness, which should be very easy to get out of obsidian. So I want about that many of those and some more glass, which I probably should go cook up some more glass. Let's make that many of those. We'll do you for right now, and you can go in there. Do I have any more sand? I think I need to go look at getting some sand, too. You can work on that while we wait on other things. Actually, before you go anywhere, let's grab a little copper, too. Just a little copper. Copper has quite a bit of that stuff on it, so I'll grab about 16 of that as well, just to make sure we have enough stuff. Up, please. I need a new jar, which I should have one of those. Cool. Grab that one. All right. And everything else we should have, so you can go right there, cook off this. I don't want to cook that much obsidian. Let's cook that much obsidian for right now. And we'll let those guys get sorted out while this goes. You can do that, and then you can do this, which will get us a bunch more metallum that'll get broke down into some other things. Did we get it yet? It's right there. Nice new jar. Good deal. Okay, where's my label? Make sure you label all your jars so you don't have a problem later on. Dink. 34. And, okay, so for that recipe, we needed 25 modus, 25 tenebrae, and 25 permutatio, which, again, we should be able to make just shortly fine. Where the heck is my modus? Plenty of modus. Plenty of that, and plenty of that. And where is my gauntlet? Gauntlet's right there. And right-click the thing. And that's a fairly stable, easy one to do. Cool. And now we're going to start pulling the parts in. And there is our first magic mirror. Come here, you. Where is my scanner? Ooh, Eldritch. All right, so that should have eaten up quite a bit of that. We need a little bit more of the obsidian, and I think the other one we should have quite a bit of. Sure, and Modus, you're doing fine. You have just enough. Go ahead and make one more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure you do that right. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've done this and accidentally not had enough and then had to cook something while something else was cooking and blown up the altar doing it. Come on. And then we'll pull the parts in. And there's another magic mirror. So now we have 2 magic mirrors, and basically the whole trick with a magic mirror is you place one on the wall, you right-click one of them. So now I know who this is. He's linked to this spot right there, right? If I put him on the wall, like right here, and I don't want to throw that through it, but... Or is it the other way around? Hang on a minute. It should work. Hey, Dingy, what do we got to do to make it work? This is extremely hostile, and is it whatever this strange thing or piped, anything shoved or piped through it. It means I have to use a hopper? Really? Okay, well, let me see. Do we have a hopper? I think that's how that works. It's been a long time. Again, another one of those long time looking at various different things to do with this mod pack as far as the mod is concerned. I haven't played Thaumcraft in forever. There it goes. No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, I guess it is working. There we go. Nice. So as long as I have something to collect it with on the other side, we're okay. So what I want to do with this idea, for one, we're going to grab this one. And we're going to grab you, and I'm going to put you back because I didn't mean to do that. I want to get this unlocked, which I think we do have it unlocked possibly. I need a Theory of Artifice. Lovely. Can I get a Theory of Artifice very quickly? Is that going to be possible? Artifice. Just do a theory really quickly. See what we can do. Sure. No. I know I probably don't have much to do. Universal. Calibrate. Inspired. Synergy. And then we get stuck with a Volatus Crystal, which I should have one of those. And that might get it. Didn't get it. Okay, well, I'm going to do this and then get one. Okay, so we just got what we needed on that one. Hopefully that should do the magic mirror. Thank you very much. Created a magical hand mirror that functions much in the same way as the other magical mirrors. I simply push items through the glass and they will pop out at the linked mirror. Alrighty then. So if we do this, and I think this is another infusion, if I am correct, right? Yes, and this is going to be a bad one because it's not quite set correctly. So we're going to put one of these here, but I should only have to do this one once, and hopefully we don't blow things up. Down, down, down. We needed a compass, a stick, and an empty map. So that means I need 2 compasses. 2, just 2. Thank you very much. Click the click, the click. 2 of those. And then an empty map should just be a bunch of paper, which paper is over here. Grab you. Thank you. Map, make 1. So I should have everything I need there. I just need to go ahead and hopefully not blow the place up. Modus, we may be a little low on 50. Yeah, we need to make sure we have plenty of that. So modus is going to be pretty simple. Pretty simple usually. I forget exactly what I was doing to get any of it at this point. It's not a lot. But it's not like I'm out of iron. Dunk. Again, make more nasty all over the place. Go ahead, cook this up because I'm not quite certain we have enough at that point. No, we have 1, so that might not even be enough at that point. What was I getting a lot of modus from? Right, that's what it was. Do I have any? I do not. Let's grab a little bit of wood. And we can always make a bunch of trapdoors. That is not a problem. There, that's probably plenty. How much did that make? That didn't make a whole lot. Are you done? No. What are you cooking down and what do you need? Ordo. Uh-oh. That's the wrong jar. Where's the other jar? That jar. Come here. You know what, actually, I think I'm going... No, we're not going to. We're going to go ahead and just do this. Give me a void on this one. Since most of these, you're never going to need a whole lot of this stuff anyway, so that should sort that out, maybe. And you can cook that down. And make more nasty. Yeah, it's getting pretty nasty here, too. I may have a problem with this one. Well, I guess while you're cooking, let's go set this up since it's going to take a second. I am going to want a compass. I want a stick. So since it's out, it's kind of hard to get it exactly even, but we can kind of do a little bit of this. Map. I can put the map over here and it'll kind of be okay. How are we doing now? We got plenty of modus. So we needed modus. We needed instrumentum, which I'm pretty sure I cooked quite a bit of that up earlier. And let's just hope we don't blow the thing up. Very, very, very careful. Everybody's okay still? Parts are going in, parts are going in, parts are going in. Sweet. Nice new toy. Make sure we scan. Now, what I can do, or I should be able to do, is I should be able to take this downstairs here, and if I place a, just as a secondary thought, temporary block right there, put that right there, click that, link established. Well, I guess it'd work if I kept it from doing that. And we do that, and that for that matter. And everything went flying into the system, into the cute, cool little toy. Very nice. So, The neat thing about this, again, is that I can run all the way the heck over here if I want to. And do that, and it's going to put it all in the system. Of course, we're not going to be able to see it, but that's the whole reason why you want one of those. And as we showed earlier just a little bit ago, you get two of these guys. You can link them up to various places around your world and deliver stuff back to your inventory, which kind of works fairly decently with this. So I'm going to eventually go ahead and just set up another one of these torches, and we will place it so that these two kind of can directly interact with each other without spilling things everywhere, and we'll be good to go. So from now on, exploring out in the world will get a little easier. Plus, if I run into a spot where I have a whole bunch of extra junk that I don't want, I can make it work a little better. So alrighty then, I think I'm going to get that thing out of the way. I think we're going to do I bet it falls in there. Nope, it didn't. We're going to do something about like that. We're going to do something about like, now, we're going to do something like that and get that stinking waypoint out of the way. And I'm going to say thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next episode where hopefully we can sort out our flux problems and a few other things. So take it easy. Bye, guys.